Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video will be about what happens after I pass NCLEX. So let's get straight into it. So after you've passed NCLEX, it's time to get a sponsor. You need to get someone to sponsor your green card for you, your husband or your wife, and your children. After finding your sponsor, you will read through the contract that they will offer you after you've provided them with the required documents, and you will sign if that contract suits you. So what's next after signing the contract? After you've signed your contract, they will then move on to your ETA, which is your work authorization that is done with the U.S. Department of Labor. It is called an ETA 9089 form. This form usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to be completed depending on who files your paperwork. During this time, I usually recommend that persons go ahead and get their transcript requests in from their school, because after your ETA is completed, you will need your transcript for your I-140 to be filed. So most places, well, for example, UTech will take 3 weeks for you to get that transcript. So I recommend that you go ahead and apply for that transcript. Then we move on to the next step, which is your I-140. So once your I-140 is filed, that date that your I-140 is filed with USCIS is considered your priority date. So if your I-140 is filed September 14, 2024, your priority date is September 14, 2024. So for the I-140, there are some documents that are required. Some persons will ask, is the IELTS required? Depending on the state board that you use to do NCLEX, you might or might not require the IELTS. So for instance, if you use North Carolina, you'd have been required to do the IELTS before you do NCLEX. If you use a board like Florida, you won't need IELTS to do NCLEX. You will need IELTS for your immigration process. So there are some boards that won't require IELTS, but there are boards that will require IELTS. So once you've completed your IELTS, and your IELTS is your English exam if you don't know, once you've completed your IELTS, then your I-140 can be filed under premium. Your I-140 is filed under premium once you have the required documents. So for it to be filed on a premium, once you use a state that is not exempted from the IELTS, then you would need to provide the IELTS academic in order to be filed on a premium. However, your I-140 can be filed without your IELTS. It can be filed under standard, which usually takes a longer time. With that said, some persons go ahead and file your I-140 under standard and tell you to go ahead and do the IELTS, and once you've completed the IELTS, they will upgrade your I-140 processing to premium, which is fine. They do this in order to secure an early priority date for you and not wait on you to complete the IELTS. So let's get into the documents you'll need in order for your IELTS to be filed. You will need a copy of your degree, a copy of your transcript, a copy of your license from your home country, even if it's expired once you have a license, a copy of your resume. You'll need a copy of your marriage certificate if you are married, proof of passing NCLEX, which can be a letter from the board that you sat the NCLEX with, along with a screenshot from your NCSBN profile where your name is showing. You will need a copy of the biographic page of your passport, along with your visa screen if you have already completed your visa screen. Some persons will complete your visa screen after doing your I-140, while some will do it before. It doesn't matter, but what we need to know is that to do your visa screen, your IELTS will be required. So that's another reason why your visa screen might be completed after your I-140 is filed, if it's a case where you have not yet done the IELTS exam. Let's move to the next step. The next step is your fee bill. So after your I-140 has been filed and approved, you'll wait on your fee bill to be issued. Once your fee bill is issued, then whoever is sponsoring you will go ahead and make payment for your fee bill. Each person's fee bill has to be paid, meaning your husband or your wife and your children each will have their fee bill paid, either by you or the agency. depending on what you guys have agreed on. You would have to agree on whether you would pay now or they would pay now, and then if they pay now, you would reimburse them before leaving the island. This all depends on what the contract would have stated and what you'd have agreed on with the agency. Once that fee is paid for everyone that's on the petition, you now have to ensure you keep checking the site to make sure that that payment reflects, because you're unable to proceed without that payment reflecting. So once the payment doesn't reflect, you can't proceed. Sometimes there's some issue with the site where the payment is rejected and they will have to do the payment again before you can proceed. I always encourage my clients to keep checking their website to ensure that the payment is being accepted and not rejected, so you can go ahead and proceed with your immigration process. The next step would be your DS-260. Once your fee bill is accepted, it's time to provide them with the required documents for your DS-260. While you wait on your fee bill, I usually recommend that you request a police record. Once you get that police record, that means you won't have to wait when they send you the documents you need for your DS-260. So once you have that police record, then once that fee bill is accepted, you can go right ahead and do your DS-260. For the DS-260, it is highly recommended that you do this when you are well relaxed to avoid making any errors on the form, because once there are errors on the DS-260, then your case will be delayed. So because we want to avoid any delays other than retrogression that we can't control, we encourage you to sit and do the form properly. Read over the form, and if you must, have a friend read over the form as well. But these are the steps that you will take after you've passed NCLEX, or better yet, whoever is sponsoring you will take after you've passed NCLEX, to ensure all your documents are approved. And then you will wait until your priority date becomes current for you to go to the embassy. Once your priority date is current, you will receive an email giving you your embassy date, and then your process would essentially be completed. I encourage all nurses who are thinking about doing the NCLEX to do it right now, because as I stated earlier, these steps can take you a couple months to have them completed with the whole immigration process. Along with that, we are now faced with retrogression. So the sooner you do NCLEX and start your process, have your papers ready, so once retrogression is lifted, you can leave. It's better for you. Thank you all for watching this video, and remember, you will pass NCLEX on your first try. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there are questions that you would like to ask, you can drop them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to make a video explaining. You can follow us on TikTok at NCLEX-RN_navigator, or you can follow my personal page at Sati_RN. That's SATTY_RN. There are more videos there with information that might assist you. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend.